Hello. Hi, buddy. Now you choose. The entire setup time you had to talk, you sat there and watched me. And the minute I turn on my mic, hi, buddy. Yep. Yep. What's up? Alright, give me a second. These are very weird ways of acting up. You have my attention. I did not even do my pre-stream bed setup. Hold on. Hold on. My viewers have come to a level of theatrics that I must uphold. Regardless of how suddenly impromptu the stream. Okay, we're back. Hello. Hello, people out there. So continuing on with going back into some non-gaming related streams. The other day I was lurking after I've done all my duties for the day in Sparks chat, and she was doing a little study hall stream where she was just reading. She was like reading, taking breaks, and then talking to chat, reading, and made me realize that I haven't done one of these in a minute. Yesterday was the closest thing I did when I was doing the fashion color crush mashing challenge with, well, not really challenge, but just an impromptu dual stream, a collab. That's what they call it. That's what the kids call it these days. An impromptu collab with Amelia. And I was just like, hey man, since this is where the trend is right now, why not keep the game going and end up doing another study hall stream? I have some tea in my comically Viking mug that I got as a fun gift. I'm gonna do some practice videos on DaVinci. I'll continue with one I was already doing. I figured I might as well finish it up. Or if I'm gonna finish it up, why not finish it up on stream, you know? But I kinda like it looking down. Just there we go. Much better. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Is just going on DaVinci and doing some anime edits. while drinking some tea. Ski. Yeah, you have no interest in this. It's both too hot and too smelly for you. Ba 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 ba. Oh yeah, I wasn't finished with TikTok side, wasn't it? Bop, bop. God, this is gonna suck for TikTok. TikTok's gonna hate this. But it's probably coming off as super duper tiny, huh? TikTok, how is this? How does this? It's not that small. But then again, I am viewing this on a laptop, on a computer monitor. So I don't know. That's fine. If I maximize it. Yeah, that's fine. But I won't be able to maximize it, will I? Because then I can't see multi-chat. Alright, we work, we try, we follow, we carry on. But this is the edit that we're doing, or this is the video that we're watching.
Hi, my name is Peach, and today I'll be showing you a walkthrough of how I made this edit inside of DaVinci Resolve. I'll be going over all your basic transitions from zooming in, zooming out, and your sliding, twixing, time mapping, shakes, blurs, exposures, and color grading. Originally, I was going to provide a download link to these 3 scenes that I used in this edit, but due to YouTube's content policy, I can't distribute a download link to you guys, and trust me, I learned that the hard way. Other than that, if you do have any questions about anything else, you can join my Discord server with the link down below, where there's a community able to help you with anything that you're confused about in this video. Alright, with that, let's get started. Don't know like the very basics of DaVinci, how to cut, how to import footage in, I would go watch a different video before you watch this video, because this is more getting into things, getting to working and editing with the clips on the timeline and in Fusion. I do have some suggestions. If you want to have the same keybinds that I have, I'm going to show you them right here. I have compound clip bounded to my letter C. I have open in timeline bound to my letter T, and then open in Fusion I have bound to letter X. Control backspace is delete gaps. H is my split clip button. G is my ripple delete button, and F is delete. These last 2 you don't really need as much as these ones, but these are my keybinds in order to make things work a little bit easier and faster inside of this whole walkthrough. Just some suggestions. If you don't know how to change controls in DaVinci Resolve, you can go up to DaVinci Resolve, go down to keyboard customization. Here, I'm going to search for compound clip. And then right here, I can just hit add, and I hit the
All right, I
letter,
think we're good.
whatever letter I want, just for in this case it'll be C, and then go through all the other controls like that. If there's a conflict, you can just overwrite it for now, and then maybe if you need it in the future, go back to it.
So
Do
big
this, and
screen
just
is
open the
me.
Timeline. It's gonna be letter
Tiny
T,
screen
and then
is the
open
tutorial we're going
in
through.
Fusion. It's gonna be the letter X
Just gonna hang.
right there. Delete gaps. It's going to be Control backspace, and then my split clip is going to be H. Ever this control, I would just transform node to our node graph that is here. So immediate in, that's this 2 viewer. We're going to only show this second viewer over here as our main window. Up, we're going to favorite footage, and now we're going to use trans.
Yeah, okay. I think we're about here. But I've gotten into, or I'm trying to get into DaVinci because I used to edit videos on CapCut. But then CapCut started asking me for money, so I decided no more CapCut. So then I started looking around for what are all the different editing thingies you can use, and what are the different ones, and like what do the free versions offer, and what do they look like. And then I came across DaVinci Resolve, and I'm surprised that I've never heard about it much. Or I guess this is just me taking my first step into video editing, the video editing side of the internet. Because I guess I don't really look up for editing stuff on the regular, and I just default to Adobe, like Photoshop, Premiere Plus, or Premiere Pro. Those are always my defaults for thinking about video editing. But DaVinci Resolve gives you so much for free. Like I've come to really appreciate or really like the interface of it all. But it gives you this Fusion page where you can do animations and like really fine-tune transitions. It gives you color correcting stuff, so you can change the entire vibe of the scene if you want. And then it has like a really in-depth audio section where you can fucking mix, adjust, add fucking filters onto the vocals. Look, it's a bunch of shit that they just hand to you. It's like they just gave a child a handgun and they're just like, all right, yeah, go for it. And all the paid version is like a one-time paid thing, not a subscription. So like I think it's like $200, but all it really gives you is just AI, not AI generating, but like AI assisted sections. So instead of having to clip something bit by bit, you can just highlight what you want to have a mask over, and it'll smart generate it. Like they're using AI as a tool as it's meant to be, nothing more than just a helper. And they just give it to you for free. So I've been trying to get into using it, and now we're here. Okay.
Transitions on top of that footage. In order to do transitions, what I like to do is put those on adjustment clips rather than doing it on the clip itself. It's like that separation, and we can actually see the layers of what we're actually doing. You know what an adjustment clip is?
Oh,
adjustment
yeah.
clip is a clip that we could put onto our timeline.
We're doing like the
above
slow-mo
certain clips,
thingy.
and that'll allow us to
Something. Okay, I'm gonna have to add a source for DaVinci. 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 Can you guys hear?
Talking about BC, bro.
Ah,
I'm gonna stay over here.
that was a blast. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're all set.
To control the clip that is underneath it on the timeline. In order to get an adjustable clip, we can go up to the effects over here, go to toolbox, go to effects, and then there's adjustment clip over here. If you have the star over here, you can favorite it and you can put it in your favorites over here. So I'm just gonna grab the adjustment clip over here, put it on top, and let's match it to the same length of the footage that is right there. And then we could alt and drag to duplicate this clip like that. And then I'm gonna do that as well, like that. And then I'm gonna cut
I
off the
really
end
need to either
there.
invest in
And
wireless
delete
stuff.
that. All right, now we have adjustment clips on top
Or
of my
start
footage right
properly
here. and then
controlling my
you can
wires.
Go inside this clip, so either right click and
Because I've been getting
open
tangled
in
up all
Fusion,
morning.
or you can hit the Fusion button and that'll go to the Fusion page of wherever our playhead is, and that whatever clip is on top, or we can hit X while our clip is selected, and that'll bring us to the Fusion page, which is where we are right now. And so when you open up the Fusion page, you're probably gonna have two viewers like this, and you're probably not gonna be looking at any nodes. Maybe you are. In order to look at a node, you're gonna click the node and hit 2 on your keyboard, and that'll show you where you are on your node space. And then I'm going to click this viewer, and this is gonna only show us the second viewer. Right now we're looking at this 2 viewer. We're gonna only show this second viewer over here as our main window. If you want to move around in Fusion, you could hold down middle click and drag the nodes panel wherever you want, as well as in the viewer you can drag that as well, and you can hit Control F to recenter that. And you can zoom in on the scene by holding Control and scrolling into the scene, and then holding down middle click to manipulate this graph in order to make it zoom in faster. So we're gonna do have our graph like the transform node, and this time we're going to zoom in on his face. That is going to be around here, and I want to do a little bit of a drag this like this graph like this, 209 of frames in order. And now I'm going to go into how to Twixtor or make here, and then we Control fit that, Control A. And now I'm going to go into how to Twixtor or make everything super slow-mo and nice and smooth in our clips. So let's go to our first clip, and I'm going to right click and go to open in timeline. But since I have that bound to T, I can just hit that, click the clip, open in T, and hit T, and then now we have our clip here. Now you can remember we have our footage here that we put in our compound clip, and we actually go back and we actually need to know how long this clip is. So if we double click this clip, sometimes we can get the actual length of the clip over here, but right now we're just gonna go off the time code. If we put our playhead over here, it's actually 208. So if we double click this clip right now, it did say 208 over here, I believe, or it said 208 here. That should be the correct one. See what's that on, right? If you right click this, we can see it's on that. Okay, that's for that, and this is on the actual source time code. So those settings should tell us how long the clip is. So this clip is 208. If we double click this clip, this is going to be 201. Is that correct? If we hold down this right side, go back and go forward, you can actually see the frames as well. 201. So that is correct. If we double click again here, so that should be 112. So we just got to remember in our clips how long this clip is or how long we need it to be. And this is going to be 208. Let's go into here. We want to have 208 or maybe 209 of frames in order to have that be super slow-mo for that period of time. So we're going to add a Fusion clip. So that's exactly where we have it in FX library over here.
I have no idea what tea that is I'm drinking.
And Fusion composition. I have that
There's a section in my tea box that's
just
just random unnamed tea bags.
Here, and then we want to go to 208.
And I do kind of like a roulette situation
somewhere around
every once in a while.
That is perfect. And then we could, if we hit D on our keyboard, we can disable the clip, or we can just like lock it and disable it as well right from there. And then we want to cut up this footage in order to get rid of some dead frames. So in order to do super slow motion, we need frames that are different from each other every single frame. And in anime, the way that it's animated, sometimes it's not always frame by frame animated. So if you go frame 1, 2, you can see people in this are not being animated. They're not moving, only the camera moving. We want the people in the scene to be moving at every single frame. Let's get rid of this footage over here. And we don't have that right now, so we need to cut this up and put it in its own composition. So if we disable our effects and open this media pool, we can go to our quick spin. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna duplicate this clip over here so we just have our footage saved. If we do want to go and redo it and disable this layer and lock this layer so we don't mess up any of that footage. But now we're gonna cut out these frames in between the dead movement inside the clip. I'm just gonna use my cut key, which is gonna be H, and our arrow keys in order to cut where we want it. So we want to cut every time we see either our main character move or the main focus of our scene move. Arrow, arrow, arrow. You can see, let's zoom in like on his head or something so we can see a little bit better. And then you see his hair move a little bit. See right there? That's how
I'm not proud to say how long it took me to realize how.
Sometimes once you do it a couple times, you can see there's a pattern.
Or that I could go frame by frame,
again. So
or what that
usually
meant.
every 3 frames for this footage. is when we need to cut like that.
I
And it
didn't
should be
realize how
clipped.
precise the
So that's the end of
timeline
our
stuff
comp, and
was.
now every 3 frames
I don't know why.
is a different movement. Now we need to
I
shift this down
always
into a
moved it
clip,
around
and we
like it
just
was
do
a
this
loose.
easily by highlighting all this.
I could kind
and
of
we hit
always hit it to
Control D,
snap in
bring our
between
clip
whatever the two
duration
things
setting.
it's
If we go
snapping
to
on
frames,
is.
If we type in
I treated it like
that'll
a
shorten all these
loose
clips down to
flowing
one
time
frame.
river.
That'd be nice. And now everything's one
When
frame.
in
but now
fact
we have
it's
a bunch of
just
gaps in here. So if
chunks
we
and
highlight
sections
this,
that cannot be
now if
skipped
we
or ignored.
Control Backspace, it'll delete those gaps, and then now we have our footage going super fast like that. So now you can see every single frame is different, and now it'll be super smooth when we put it in slow motion. But now we need to comp these clips together in our Twix bin. Have this open, highlight that, hit C, and it'll be our combo clip for our Twix bin. And now that's good. And we disable this re-enable our fusion composition over here. Now we have this clip. Let's disable this, and now we're gonna put this compound clip inside this fusion clip because now this clip is this many long, and we cannot stretch this clip longer because that's just doesn't have enough frames inside the comp. So let's go inside Fusion again. Composition. We have this over here. Let's open up our media pool and then drag this clip to our media out or into our flow into our media out, and we can view it. You can see it doesn't go all the way here, but it only happens at the beginning. And in order to stretch that out so we can see this footage all the way over here, we're going to use a node called the time stretcher. So let's get a reverse line panel real quick. And if we add the time stretcher here, shift space, time stretcher, we'll add the node here. It'll also have a keyframe at the beginning of wherever we put it. So make sure your playhead is at 0 at the beginning so it can be keyframed at that certain point. And then we want to check how long this clip is. So because we can keyframe that value at the end. So click our media in, we can see this is 11 frames long. We click our time stretcher, go to the end of our composition, and right there, that number, we can type in this sort.
I'm now caught up to remembering where I was. So we did for the first one, and we're gonna do it for this one. Yeah. I think this was deleted. Brought this up into a new timeline just in case we fuck it up. But we're not gonna because we're good at this. And then from effects, we are going to go for the fusion composition. There we go. Move and adjust every time we see. Whoa. Did it slice you? No, it did not. Well, I mean, this counts as movement, I guess. Let me go pop. Why are you getting attacked? Did I not literally just deactivate you, my guy? Did I not put baby in timeout just a while ago? Did baby get back up? Baby better not have gotten back up. Bop, 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 bop. That's all of them. Then we highlight. Shift R. Control R. Nope. Control R again to fix what I did. Yup. Control D. There it is. Turn it to frames. 1. Change it. Highlight everything. Shift backspace to remove all the spaces. Back to the media pool. Go into Twix. C to compound the clip. Create the clip. Clip has been compounded. Take a triumphant sip because you remembered a good amount of what you were supposed to remember. Undeactivate here and here. Deactivate you and you. No, not, nope. Timeline. Was it F to go to fusion? Did I net set some?
First time.
Did I net set a value for set for
add the time structure here?
opening
space,
in fusion?
frames inside the comp. So let's go inside fusion again. Composition. We have this over here. Let's open up our media pool and then and we can go to our now. If you use user spaces, to resolve. I have bound letter.
It's X. Why are you not X? It should be X. Okay.
X control here, so we just have our footage saved right from there. And then we want to cut up this footage in order to get rid of some dead frames. So in order to do super slow motion, we need frames that are different from each other every single frame. And in anime, the way that it's animated, sometimes it's not always frame by frame animated. So if you go frame 1, 2, you can see people in this are not being animated. They're not moving, only the camera moving. We want the people in the scene to be moving at every single frame. Let's get rid of this footage over here. And we don't have that right now. So we need to cut this up and put it in its own composition. So if we disable artifacts and open this media pool and go to our quick spin. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna duplicate this clip over here. So we just have our footage saved.
Then we open time space manipulator
and lock this layer so we don't mess up any of that footage. But now we're gonna cut out these frames
time
between the dead movement inside the clip. I'm just gonna use my cut key.
We set it
H
to
and
1.
arrow keys in order to cut.
We set it to 0. Then we open time stretcher.
Our main character move, or the main focus
Time
of our
stretcher.
scene move. Arrow.
Time
You can see,
stretcher.
let's zoom in like on his head.
Shush, my baby boy. Papa's got this. So I put you into time stretcher. You go to 10. Fuck. I go to time stretcher. And then I make a Alright, yeah, this is where I forget what I need to do.
Head or something so we can see a little bit better. And then we see his hair move, frames inside the comp. Switch that out so we can see this footage all the way over here. We're going to use
That is as far as I remember.
time stretcher. So let's get a reverse line pedal real quick. And if we add the time stretcher here, shift space, time stretcher, we'll add the node here. It'll also have a keyframe at the beginning of wherever we put it. So make sure your playhead is at 0 at the beginning so it can be keyframed at that certain point. And then we want to check how long this clip is. So because we can keyframe that value at the end. Click our media end. You can see this is 11 frames long. We click our time stretcher, go to the end of our composition, and right there, that number, we can type in this source time, 11, and that'll be our footage here. So if we go and play this back from the beginning,
Whoa.
you can see it, and that'll be our action. And right there, that number, we can type in this source time, 11. Time stretcher because we can keyframe that value at the end. Click our media end. We can see this is 11 frames long. We click our time stretcher, go to the end of our composition, and right there, that number, we can type in this source time, 11, and that'll be our footage here. Right, click our media end. We can see this is 11 frames long.
Did I already have
click
something?
Our time stretcher, go
Nope,
to the end
I'm
of
not
our
on time
composition,
stretcher.
and right there, that number, we can
There we
type
go.
in this source time, 11, and that'll be our footage here. So if we go
10.
and play this back from the beginning, you can see it's kind of blending these frames together in order to stretch that period of time in order to make this Twix or in super slow-mo. You see right now, it's kind of choppy. We don't want that. So we're going to use some different settings.
CGB. We're gonna open Spline. Spline was already open. We're gonna reopen Spline after closing it one time so it knows who's the boss. Control A, S. So now it's moving on a smooth curve. Yes, it's all coming together. And I think I don't think this was the shake.
So if we bring this back, and now we have the ups together, and optimize. Change this graph in order
I
to
don't think that's
manipulate
the
the
shape.
time in the way that we want to. And so let's Control F, Control A, and S, smooth out this graph. And then I'm gonna make a sharp graph like this. So graph like that, and then a graph going like this. And this is the map that I use for time remapping. So to go super.
Yeah. You know, my heart told me to put it in this shape. My heart, it did say put it in this shape. It's wow. Because it speeds up, so it's fast, and then it gets elongated, so it stretches out. So okay. So it's like a jump into slow motion and then stretch out into slow motion situation. Ooh. Okay, next.
Super fast and then super slow, and then that slow mo should be working with the optical flow. So let's turn that on, over here, turn the flow on, and play this back. And yeah, now we have this nice movement like this with our super slow motion, just like that. Now that's
Honestly,
looking pretty
yeah,
good. Now we can go back and see.
I might go no cams. It is way too hot in here. I need to turn off some of these lights. So the rest of this might just be a casual no cam stream. Ooh. Let me get ye old loyal, always reliable. Always reliable. Always reliable. Here she is. Or a farming. Woo! There he is. There's the guy. Ooh. You guys can't see this. Oh my god, that's so much actually better. Wow. That was so much better. I don't know why I was fighting the camera being on when all those lights were fucking cooking me alive. I mean, not that I hate it. But if I end the stream super tired, I don't want to be also super sweaty and sticky. Okay, where were we? Where were we? So we did the slow motion. We adjusted the graph. Ooh. Ooh.
Here we have this little red bar that popped up above our fusion clip, and this is our caching. So basically, if we play this back and that red bar turns blue, that means it's pre-cached or pre-rendered, so we can view it very nice and smooth in our timeline. And one little tip is, if you're playing back and it's like skipping really fast, go to these three dots over here, hit show all video frames right over here, and that'll make sure it goes through every single video frame before it goes to the next one in order to play back. And so that'll make sure you are hitting every frame and making sure that every frame of cache is being loaded on a clip. So yeah, now we have that clip there looking pretty good. We'll go back to our main timeline. You can see the changes. Hopefully they updated and being made like that. So there's our super slow motion, just like that, looking good. So now we're going to do that same.
The last thing you did was just adjust
So we can
this.
go back into here. We have this little red bar.
That little
popped
red
above our
bar
fusion
doesn't
clip,
come up
and this
for
is
me.
our caching. So basically, if we play this back and that red bar turns blue, that means it's pre-cached or pre-rendered, so we can view it very nice and smooth in our timeline. And one little tip is if you're playing back and it's like skipping really fast, go to these three dots over here, hit show all video frames over here, and that'll make sure it goes through every single video frame before it goes to the next one in order to play back. And so that'll make sure you
Oh,
are
no.
getting every frame and making sure that every frame of cache is being loaded on a clip. So yeah, now we have that clip there.
Uh-oh. What was the other thing it looked like? I didn't keep the freeze frame part. You know?
R&B shit.
A step was missed. But you're in here, dog. You're in here, dog. Why you saying my boy ain't in there when he's incredibly in there? Okay. Oh, come on, I followed it beat to beat, man. In no way.
But it only happens at the beginning. And in order to stretch that out so we can see this footage all the way over here, we're going to use a node called the time stretcher. So let's get a reverse line panel real quick. And if we add the time stretcher here, shift space, time stretcher, we'll add the node here. It'll also have a keyframe at the beginning of wherever we put it. So make sure your playhead is at 0 at the beginning so it can be keyframed at that certain point. And then we want to check how long this clip is. So because we can keyframe that value at the end. So click our media end. We can see this is 11 frames long. We click our time stretcher, go to the end of our composition, and right there, that number, we can type in this source time, 11, and that'll be our footage here. So if we go and play this back from the beginning, you can see it ends up kind of blending these frames together in order to stretch that period of time in order to make this Twix, or we're in super slow-mo. You see right now, it's kind of choppy. We don't want that. So we're going to use some different settings. So if we bring this back over here, the media in, and we add something called the optical flow node, it'll prepare this node in order to be optical flowed, or DaVinci's method of time mapping. So optical flow. We add that node here, and then if we go to advanced and go down to here, we can put the warp camp up or anything like that, but these settings should be good. Make sure they match up. And let's go to the time stretcher, and then now we have the optical flow. Now we can use the flow setting in DaVinci, and then now we can play it back, and you can see now these.
I guess you're just not long enough. If I extend you. Yep.
R&B shit. Yeah, she wrong. R&B shit.
So it just wasn't long enough. That's what she said. Well, how do I make sure? How do I check? Wait. It showed up somewhere. 202 120 and 121. You need to be 202. So now you should be perfect.
R&B shit.
Okay. Okay, false alarm. I'm just a
frames are being
dum-dum.
interpolated or using AI basically
I'm
to
just
copy these similar
unnervingly
frames
a
together
dum-dum.
in order to make a smooth movement. So once this
Nothing is new.
renders or caches out in our Fusion, you can see this nice
I love the second part of
everything
this.
like that, but these
Optical
settings should
flow. So if I go on clip 2, click on this, X to go into Fusion. Control space flow. Optical. Optical flow. No, bro. That's not how the flow go. Up and up. I don't think we changed anything really. We just came here and said use flow.
should be good. Make sure they match up. And let's go to the time stretcher. And right there. So let's see stretcher here. Shift space, time stretcher. Because we can keyframe that value at the end. So click our media in. You can see this is 11 frames long. We click our time stretcher, go to the end of our composition, and right there, that number, we can type in this source time, 11, and that'll be our footage here. So if we go and play this back from the beginning, you can see it's kind of blending these frames together in order to stretch that period of time in order to
I guess
make
we
this
would have to change that value because we gave it more frames, so we pushed back what the initial back was. So now it should be flowing down to the edges, my friend. Damn. That is some slow fucking motion.
Everybody talking about R&B shit.
Ooh.
R&B shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This feels nice. I feel accomplished. Interesting. So you're not in there as you're in here as that fusion adjuster. Well,
our
that's it.
footage here. So if we go and play this back from the beginning,
Yeah.
you can see things. So low.
Then you added optical flow.
Add that node here, and
Yeah.
then if we go to advanced
You didn't
and
do
go
jack
down
shit.
to here, we can put the warp count up or anything like that, but these settings should be good. Make sure they match up, and let's go to the time stretcher, and then now we have the optical flow. Now we can use the flow setting in DaVinci, and then now we can play it back, and you can see now these frames are being
Slow as
interpolated
thumbs
or using AI basically to copy these similar frames together in order to make a smooth movement. So once this renders or caches out in our Fusion, you can see this nice smooth playback like that. There might be a little bit of warping, so we need to make sure that on our time stretcher that once we have flow on, clamp edges is on, preview back and preview forward are selected, and now we can adjust this timing in order to be even more customized. So if we go, let's disable this optical flow real quick, go back to our time stretcher and put this back to blend so we can see what's happening and play back super fast. If we go up to our spline panel and look at the source time, we can change this graph in order to manipulate the time in the way that we want to. And so let's Control F, Control A, and S, smooth out this graph, and then I'm gonna make a sharp graph like this. So graph like that, and then a graph going like this, and this is the
Did I
map
not?
that I use for time remapping. So to go super fast and then super slow, and then that slow mo should be working with the optical flow. So let's turn that on, go over here, turn the flow on.
Did I reset
and
you?
Play this back. And yeah, now we have this nice movement like this with our super slow motion, just like that. Now that's looking pretty good. Now we can go back into here. We have this little red bar that popped up above our Fusion clip, and this is our caching. So basically, if we play this back and that red bar turns blue, that means it's pre-cached or pre-rendered, so we can view it very nice and smooth in our timeline. And one little tip is if you're playing back and it's like skipping really fast, go to these three dots over here, hit show all video frames right over here, and that'll make sure it goes through every single video frame before it goes to the next one in order to play back. And so that'll make sure you are hitting every frame and making sure that every frame of cache is being loaded on a clip. So yeah, now we have that clip there looking pretty good. I'll go back to our main timeline. You can see the changes. Hopefully they updated and being made. that. So there's our super slow motion, just like that, looking good. So now I'm going to do that same thing for these next two clips, and I'm gonna go a little bit faster right now. So open the timeline, hit T again, and
Here, hold on. Let's see if I can erase him.
let's even drag it down a little bit like that, and make sure this is at a whole value, like this, have that a whole frame. 7.
How did you fucking do
Here,
that?
15 frames, it hits another beat. So I'm actually going to do a custom looking graph here instead of just having 2, 3, 4, Control A, S, and let's go something like this. And I believe at 14 frames, it does the beat hit. Let me just go back and make sure it's right. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was close. 15 frames, it hits another beat. So I'm actually going to do a custom looking graph here instead of just having this here. I'm going.
Damn, he right though. Beginning of it. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Huh. At 18. Yes. Why can I hear no sound?
Everybody talking about R&B shit. That she wrong. Well, I'm about R&B shit. That she wrong. R&B shit. She wrong. R&B shit.
Going to keyframe this at 10. I'm at another keyframe in the middle of this here, and maybe we can flatten this out like this. And actually, let's even drag it down a little bit like that, and make sure this is at a whole value, like this, have that a whole frame. 7, that's good.
Is this
Highlight
what
everything here.
is?
I'm going to make this graphical like this, and we want this vertical part to be here because that's where it's moving. And so I can just drag this back a little bit there, and then drag this keyframe a little bit back. Oops, make sure you only have that keyframe selected. Drag that maybe 3 frames back, and then make this curve right here. This graph is called an S graph, right? See, kind of a little S there. And yeah, now we have something like this. So
No.
About she wrong. R&B shit. I'm just talking me, she, me, that's too. That she wrong. Well, that's that way.
I guess that was just a rendering.
R&B shit. That she wrong. R&B shit. I'm just that she wrong. R&B shit.
now it goes in slow and then speeds up again. So that's kind of a nice effect. I kind of
Now his graph looks completely different. How'd that work, youngster? How the hell did that work? So leave you like this. Aha. Oh. I was gonna say, I assume there's a way to make you only move one side.
talking about R&B shit.
Okay.
Yeah, she bro.
One time to just stutter through.
Yeah, she bro. R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Fair.
I want to make it smoother instead, so let's bring that down a little bit. Bring this over. We can even bring this frame a little bit over by 1. And yeah, something like this should work. Yeah. And then let's enable our node again, Control P, and then put the flow on. And then bam, now we should have something like this. Smooth, it's going in, and then he moves again when that point is there. So that'll kind of give us a little bit more impact on that beat hit as well. All right, let's go back and we can do that for our last clip, or we can also wait until like that's cache, but play it back right here. Yeah, it's see, it helps. So now let's do this on our last clip. Key open up, let's make a duplicate here. Let's make sure how long this clip needs to be. I believe it's 112, there we go. And disable that.
Okay. Let's see if we've learned. Can we race it and see if we can finish first? If you can't gamify something, then what's the point?
So, and we can do that for our last clip, or we can also wait until like that's cache, but play it
Cut me
back
in,
right
coach.
here.
Cut me in, coach.
Yeah, it's see, it helps. So now let's do this on our last clip. Key open up, let's make a duplicate here. Let's make sure how long this clip needs to be. I believe it's 112, there we go. And disable that. Let's add our fusion composition, drag that into there, and 112 needs to be.
No, I already fucked up.
113, that works. Disable, lock that layer, and for speed's sake, I'm just gonna do real quick our little time setting like that, and drag that down to say 300.
Shit.
That works. That's pretty good to me. Let's open up our media pool, combo clip that, and that's there. You can disable this now with D, enable this track layer, enable this video, go into here, this fusion clip, put that in there, drag that clip into here. And yeah, it's just a lot of repetition, but that's just what you need to do in order to get the job done. Let's paste those nodes that we have over here, and
I'm immediately way behind. I fucked this up royally. It's incredible how many missteps I made.
Over here on a node that's already connected, and we let go. We can choose the input that it goes into, so we can just do that. Or I don't think we even need to do Alt if it's connected. We can just replace that right there. That should work like that. What is our last frame? Our last frame is frame.
That's crazy. It's not even a competition anymore. It's just a loss. Sometimes you just gotta understand and take the L. We tried, and honestly, that's what matters, is that we tried. 221 or 121. I really appreciate them for making this one so easy. For always animating on the 3s. But he did say like some of them just have patterns, or majority of the time there is a pattern to them. So maybe that's just the perk of animation overall. Control backspace. Then this gets turned into a compound. Yeah, we're going all the way back. We're going all the way back to before the conception of this clip, because it's gonna drive me insane. There we go. what happens is we put this in the timeline. That's crazy. And then we go all, we create a duplicate. We ensure we just connect those. Go to effects. We use a fusion. Make sure it's 121. Exact. Then we disable, unlock you. Threes. 1, 2, 3, cut. 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 1, 2, 3. No cut, because you can't cut no more. Highlight. We highlight all of this, hit them with a little bit of Control D, set it to frames, put it at a duration of 1. We change that. We highlight all of these. We then Control backspace. That removes our backspace. We Control backspace to remove all blank space. Highlight the secular sounds. Then that creation becomes compound 3. We then disable you. Open you in Fusion. Add clip 3. Onto clip 3, we add a time boy. And then optical. And an optical full. Why do you give me vector every once in a while? Okay. Stop giving me vector transform! If I wanted vector transform, I would have asked you for vector for transform. Jesus. Optical flow. Can I? Can I? Thank you. Go away. Shit. Shit. Not that it really... Not that it really matters, actually. We come to the end, and you... Come 14. So that you stretch all the way to the end. Because you're 14, yeah you are. We full screen, we Control A, Control S. Give it this funny little shape. Control A. Give it this funny little shape. And we got a nice smooth slow-mo. We blend, we clip to the changes. We increase edge softness. Timeline.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit. Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Okay.
Excuse me, that's too. I'm just talking me. That's too. I'm just talking me shit. Excuse me, that's.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Jesus. So. At 19. Whoa. No. Go to 19. Add a bookmark. Okay. This guy becomes this. Did I do it right? I think it's something like this. I think it's something like this. Hello. Hi, sweet potato. I'm just doing some editing practice for a anime called Horimiya. So I recently took up DaVinci to learn to do some video editings for the modeling group I'm with. So I want to kind of task myself with making a lot of eye-catching edits for YouTube videos and photo shoot compilations, behind the scenes stuff. So I couldn't sleep, decided to use the night as a bit of a study hall. You don't have to do work, so typically in a study hall stream we all kind of come together and work on something we've been putting off for the longest while. But because this is impromptu, usually I'll give like a heads up so we can all prepare what we want to do for the day. So this is more like a bedtime ASMR-ish stream. I turned off my camera because it is hot and all the lights were making me sweat and cook. But we're just kind of taking the time to check something off our to-do list, basically. So if you see the smaller bottom hand, where's that for you guys? Left, right. Yes, I have to hold up my left and my right because I'm a child. So on the bottom right, that's the tutorial on YouTube that we're following. So this is what we have so far. Right. Oh, there we go.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. Talking me shit. She that's too. Everybody talking
That little
about
buggy part at the end is because I adjusted the timeline and it takes a while to.
talking me shit.
It takes a while to adjust. But that's what we've done so far.
Frame 14 at frame 36, and we can actually do another thing here. Let's open up our spline and bring this over here, highlight that, and just hold down Alt and then drag this keyframe, and then that'll actually put the drag that keyframe that we have on here.
Thank you. I'm dutifully following my notes. If it looked any different, I'd feel really bad about myself.
Open up our spline, choose the input that it goes into, so we can just do that. Or
like in SpongeBob when Squidward's like, hey, draw a circle. And for some reason he just can't get it no matter what he does. If I came this far and it did not look nice, I'd ask for my money back, which is crazy because I didn't give any money to begin with.
To do Alt, if it's connected, we can just replace that right there. That should work like that. What is our last frame? Our last frame is frame 14 at frame 36, and we can actually do another thing here. Let's open up our spline and bring this over here, highlight that, and just hold down Alt and then drag this keyframe, and then that'll actually put the drag that keyframe that we have on here onto that point. So you can see that keyframe is right there, and then we want that to be on 13, 14. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember numbers today. 14, change it, and now we something like this, and maybe we need to adjust the graph to make it look like that. Yeah, maybe something like this. There we go, super quickly, and it's almost done. And I'm not gonna do the beat hit on this one, doesn't need it that well for the impact of this movement. But yeah, there we go, looking good. And then have this render as well. And that is everything for twixing or making or our super slow-mo. Yeah, looking good. And we can just exit out of all these combo clips because now we can go, they're all here and they're all working. That's something we should have now. I think this has a little bit too much
Okay.
motion tell at the beginning
Ooh,
here.
this
Oh,
is
we
fine,
make that
alright. So slow motion, we now have
Everybody talking
slow
about
motion in the bag.
R&B shit.
So we go in, we create a new compound clip. We fucking shit. Give it its own timeline. You chop up only the bits that move. Put that in a compound, and that goes into fusion composition. Then we take fusion composition. We take that into the fucking fusion page. Hit that hot X. We give it a optical flow to adjust, and then we give it a time stretcher so it fills all the blank spaces with motion using AI magic. Easy. I can remember that. Or, yeah, no, that's fine. I definitely won't forget this when I wake up tomorrow.
graph a little tighter. So I'm just go inside this clip again.
Wicked sick,
This is
wicked
our beginning
sick.
transition. Highlight that and Control A. Maybe make that tighter, or even make
What are you doing now? Why are you back in there?
tell at the beginning here, or we need to make that graph a little tighter. So I'm just go inside this clip again. This is our
Oh.
beginning transition. Highlight that and Control A.
That was
maybe make
just-
that tighter, or even make that value a little bit less, like that. And now that should look good.
Yeah, that was just a zoom.
Not too bad, not too bad. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more
That's fine.
customization and making the transitions a little
That's
bit more
fine.
fancier and a little bit more impactful. So what do I mean by that? I'm gonna add blurs, exposures, and directional blurs in order to hide some mistakes that we have. And yeah, let's do that right now. So let's first start with the blurs. So we're gonna add another adjustment clip from our effects library, drag it over here, and
And
our
it's gonna
blurs,
go
I'm
across
start
everything?
at the beginning, and we can have it sometimes bleed from one clip to the other. I'll do one of normal ones that I usually do, and then one that bleeds from one clip to the other. Over here, hit X and go into if this adjustment clip here should be 24 frames long, and then I'm going to hit this BD in, and I like to use a node called the Focus Gamma. You can get it if you watch this video on my favorite blur in DaVinci Resolve. You can understand where you get that from, which is from Reactor. But for this sake, I'm going to use the blur. So I'm going to do shift space blur, and it should be the first blur we're going to use. Make sure that's on fast Gaussian. That'll work. If we put this blur up, you can see something like this.
What if like I just messed something up?
Everybody talking about R&B shit.
Okay.
Who's talking me shit?
Phew. Thought I replaced something with a with an empty adjustment clip. But no. So we go to U. We click X. What is that? Oh, thank you for the follow, sweet potato. I appreciate it. Welcome to the forge. Add a blur. Done.
That should be fine. We can actually keyframe it. See, like at 10. That should work. Keyframe there. Go to say maybe around 12 frames and put choose off. You can understand it where it should be 24 frames long. And then I'm going to hit this BD in, and I like to use a node called the Focus Gamma. You can get it if you watch this video on my favorite blur in DaVinci Resolve. You can understand where you get that from, which is from Reactor. But for this,
Now I have to get the best blur. Well, you can't show me the best blur and then expect me not to go get the best blur.
sake, I'm going to use the blur. So I'm going to do shift space blur, and it should be the first blur we're going to use. Make sure that's on fast Gaussian. That'll work. If we put this blur up, you can see something like this. That should be fine. We can actually keyframe it. See, like at 10. That should work. Keyframe there. Go to say maybe around 12 frames and put that to 0.
Whoa,
And then
whoa, whoa.
work. Keyframe there.
What do I need from you?
Let me not waste your time. Today I'll be showing you how I make my blurs in DaVinci Resolve. In order to recreate the blurs I will be using in this video, you will need to download the free plugin for DaVinci Resolve, which is Reactor. Reactor is a script that houses a database of effects made by other people that you can download and use in your own projects. In order for you to download it, I will link
And
the site
there's
at the top of the
open
description,
source
or you can
coding?
Scroll down to this button and download the script. Once you have downloaded this file,
The
you'll go
open
back
source
to
coding is
Resolve
like my
and go
fucking
to any
favorite
fusion
kind of
page
source
where you will
coding.
Take this file. Go
Da
back
Vinci
to
just keeps
Resolve,
getting better and better.
drag it in to the
Holy
fusion page.
shit.
Here you will go through the install, you'll go back to Resolve and go into any Fusion page where you will take this file, of effects made by other people that you can download and use in your own projects. In order for you to download it, I will link the site at the top of the description where you
Where is this site? Reactor. Before you continue, yes, the banner is back. Yes, the banner is back and for good reasons. Please spare a couple of minutes today to read why by clicking the banner. Pledge your support if you can. Thank you very much. I won't be clicking anything because I'm an anarchist and I support nothing. Please free me so I can continue to support nothing. You're not abiding by my anarchist ways. See, before I randomly download something, probably best to just take a look at it. The reactor. DaVinci. DaVinci reactor.
Currently, over 400,000 Fusion and DaVinci Resolve artists, including myself, use Reactor. So if you haven't heard of it, you might be missing out. To install Reactor for DaVinci Resolve Fusion, go to stakeunderwater.com, click on Reactor, and then you just scroll down to the top post and you can click to download the Reactor installer. And then once it's downloaded, simply drag the Lua script onto your node graph in Fusion. That's going to download everything you need. So now that you know how to install Reactor, today I'm going to explain why you might even need it, or why I use it at least. And then finally, how would you uninstall it?
Okay, good.
So what's Reactor? It's a
If shit
free
goes sideways,
free
show me how to,
package
like, shoot
manager
in the
for
head so
open
it goes
source
away.
macros, fuses, and plugins that make our creative lives easier. It's about 6 years old. This is nothing new, so you don't have to worry. This is not going to hurt your computer, and it's chock full of tools that don't
better
exist in a stock install of Resolve. So I consider this a
Hi
must. It goes on
Tokyo-san,
all my
welcome to the
machines.
Forge.
If you've ever
this is
bought
DaVinci
something
Resolve.
from AE Scripts or Nukipedia or looked at Matchbox Reactors, like the toolkit that you need for DaVinci Resolve Fusion. Since I work as a commercial finishing artist and compositor when I'm not teaching Resolve on YouTube or one-on-ones, some of the Reactor tools that I personally find indispensable are Blacksmatch,
You're
and
welcome.
that allows me to color grade black levels to
I started using it because CapCut wanted me to pay for stuff, and when I don't know, CapCut to me is like a I hate to say it, but it's like a side piece. CapCut is a side piece. It's something you can have on your phone to do like quick little edits to show around, but it's not something you want to seriously commit yourself to. So when all of a sudden she was like, hey, you know, you've been editing on me a lot. I want to know, are you committed? Is this for real? I was just like, hey man, you're asking for a lot for something that I thought was casual. I might try to edit somewhere else. You know, it's not you, it's me. I'm just not ready for this level of commitment. And then as soon as I said that to them, I turned my back and then updated my Facebook status to in a relationship with DaVinci Resolve. And I was just like, okay, no, yeah, I'm locked in. Like the minute I started reading about DaVinci Resolve, before I even started editing with it, I was like, I might buy the pro version, because like it's a one-time payment, not a returning subscription. You know, if anything, it's more monogamous than with CapCut, because at least with CapCut I could stop paying the price, but once I give my money to DaVinci, we're locked in forever. I'm gonna be using DaVinci, and that doesn't scare me. So maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was them. Maybe I wasn't the wrong person. Maybe I was the one who was wrong in the relationship. Maybe it's fucking CapCut's fault.
new foreground comp elements
Basic
to match
ass
the original
bitch.
background plate.
Okay. So I'm gonna ignore you, because again, anarchist, I don't support anything. I'm still working on the free version. The free version offers you just about everything you need to edit, but the paid version, I think it's like one payment of $200. I think. I've also realized that I truly cannot remember how to spell the word Da Vinci. So this is it. You can look at, I don't know if you can see my bottom left. Hold on. Let me biggerize it for a second. There we go. So the full studio version is $295, and it's a one-time payment. You just pay it and you're done. But and this is something you get with the free version. I'm currently on the free version. It gives you somewhere where you can do special effects. That's where I'm on right now, the Fusion page. It gives you color correction, so you can adjust color gradients fine. And it gives you like a designated audio section. So it's just really good, especially for something that's free. Yeah, no, you're right. You could either buy DaVinci Resolve. Well, technically $300. You could either buy DaVinci Resolve Studio, or you can buy three Nintendo games or 2 Nintendo games. You decide. Yeah, you're gonna play Mario Kart in the new Breath of the Wilds, or learn how to edit. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with you. Fine, I'll click the fucking banner. Can you go away? Oh yeah, give it a shot, man. Again, that's the beauty of DaVinci. You don't gotta be. She doesn't require a lot from you. She's always there if you need her, but you don't have to. You can keep it casual. So if I go into my Fusion page, no, it has no watermarks. It doesn't watermark anything. There's literally nothing gets watermarked. It just is. It's like one of the only companies that are trying to have like a really healthy relationship with their customers, or just like, I don't see you as like money bags. I see you as people who want to use our product. So we're gonna do our best to make it as comfortable as possible, so you want to give us your money. Instead of holding you at gunpoint with Mario on my left and fucking Zelda on my right. What was I gonna do? I downloaded. Are you not done yet? Oh no, you're done. Trust me. The main thing that the paid version gives you is like when you're doing masks. Where can I do that? I can probably do it from here. So like you have this tool to do masks, and you can like you know, give it like a little bit of that, and then like adjust and blah blah blah, do whatever you want. Like one of the things that the paid version has is like this AI tool where you can just kind of draw a rough line of highlight right here, and then it does this automatically for you, and it's like really responsive and good. That's the main reason I'd want to do it. Is just to get that. But $300 for one feature is not good enough. I'd rather manually put the points myself until I can be really perfect with it. Is it not in here? No, it's in here. What? Okay, and I like that it does this for you. It tells you when you're about to do something that requires the paid version. So I have to use the paid version for third-party stuff. Gosh dang it! Ah shucks. All right, we carry on with what we can.
There, go to say be around 12 frames and put that to 0, and then now that'll have like a nice blur at the beginning, and then we could have a graph like this. Hopefully you know how to do that by now. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this, copy, and then where our playhead is, paste.
Let me see the blur. I don't think I did anything on the blur. Whoa!
So I do shift space blur, and it should be the first blur we're going to use. Make sure that's on fast Gaussian, that'll work. If we put this blur up, you can see something like this. That should be fine. We can actually keyframe it. So you like a 10. That should work. Keyframe there. Go to say maybe around 12 frames and put that to 0. And then now that'll have like a nice blur at the beginning, and then we could have a graph like this. Hopefully you know how to do that by now. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this. Copy, and then where our playhead is, paste. And
Stop, you're going too fast. Stop. We set a marker. Set you to 0 and set a marker. There we go. Ooh. Am I? Okay. Maybe push it back a bit. I don't think I can move a marker. Let's put it here. And then take off here. Smooth. Smooth. Yeah. Sure thing, man. Have a good night, Tokyo. Leave the night to us insomniacs.
it'll paste right after our playhead. And again over here, for this one, let's give it that. I'm going to make a blur that goes into the blur, and then rather than starting with. So let's go 2 frames back like that, and we can just drag this left side of our adjustment clip and go inside of this. And since we dragged it from the left side in this frame where we started from 0, that's gonna make it negative frames, but don't worry, that's basically the same frames, but they're just in the negatives now. And so we can just go over here, keyframe at the beginning, and go down to 0, or since we're already starting, we can go a little bit, maybe like 3, that works. So now it kind of eases into the blur for our next transition like that. So that looks pretty good to me. And then we can just copy this and paste this for our next.
Okay. Bop. Go back 1, 2. Bring it back here. Got some negative blurs, some negative frames. Good. I feel like I want to deepen it or push it back.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. That shit, bro. That's that
Well, no,
Everybody talking about.
I see it. I see it. I see it.
R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Better. Much better.
R&B shit.
Mhm. Can I spline bar? Oh my god, I can. Jesus. Control A. I'm gonna exit. Decent. It's fine.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
There we go. There we go.
Next thing over here, we'll do and back, and then looks pretty good to me. Next, let's add exposure. We can add exposure on the adjustment clip that we already have here, but I like to have another adjustment clip so I can know where it is as well. So let's put the adjustment clip down here. Let's make it the same size. That's fine. Coincide it, and for this one, we're gonna use our brightness and contrast. Shift space.
Just create a new fucking thing. I feel like you know that I want you to just create a new
Adjustment
thing.
clip so I can know where it is as well. So let's put the adjustment clip down here. Let's make it the same size. That's fine. Coincide it, and for this one, we're gonna use our brightness and contrast. Shift space brightness and contrast. Let's add that. And you can either do the gain, which is the highlights of the image, or you can do the brightness, which is similar, but it's more the whole image, and the gain is only the highlights, but there's a lot of bright images here. So let's do the gain for this one. Keyframe at the beginning. Let's go 12 frames back. Keyframe again. Go to the beginning, and let's do like a 1.2 value. That should be a nice little flash at the beginning, and then make sure we adjust our spline like this. Control A, S, and then maybe something like this. You don't want it too aggressive, but it gives us a nice little impact here, and then same thing for here, or the same method with the blur. You can do it like that, or you just have it like that. I'm just gonna do it like this for time's sake. Control C, Control V, paste it here, paste it here. So that gives us like a nice way of hiding the transition or any flaws with it. So if we just play it back like this, let's disable that. That's our original transition, and this is with it with the extra blur and the exposure. So yeah, and I'm also gonna add.
It does. It's like makeup. It does do a lot. It's like lifting it.
Hide the seam between the scene and the scene here with a nice blur. With
Blurs
lines streaks,
and
you'll see
flares.
All right, let's add another adjustment clip.
Are basically makeup for editing. It's makeup editing. Okay, so we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna add. Is it the whole thing?
And put it here, and I'm just gonna add it for 2 frames. See, aggressive, but because it'd be a nice little, but a lot of bright images here. So let's do the gain for this one. Keyframe at the beginning. Let's go 12 frames back. Keyframe again. Go to the beginning, and let's do like a 1.2 value. And that should be a nice little flash at the beginning, and then make sure we adjust our spline.
Just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah! Yes. And that. Then oops, you go up to a 1.2. Ooh. Ooh, that's looking nice. Okay, that looks really nice. That tickles the brain in a good way.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Like this. Control A.
I didn't spline. I didn't fucking spline. Fuck, I forgot the spline. Why couldn't you guys remind me that I needed the spline? Whoa! Control A, Control S. Why? Yes. How do I know what you're adjusting? But you'd only work in motion, man. I don't feel like I'm doing anything with these. Yeah, so it's just like it's basically just a flashbang, so your eyes don't adjust by times things change.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit. She make up talking me shit. Everybody talking about. Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Satisfying. How satisfying. Huh? Ah. Oh, so desu ka. This one. Gifter. Thank you for the gift. I don't know how to view this. Oh, this is probably a while ago. Detected live chat didn't appear on your screen. Last 2 minutes. Try using mobile devices to comment. Have you guys been having trouble over here not screaming? Oh, Sweet Potato! How did I get you up? Thank you, Sweet Potato. Wherever you are. I don't know if you're still here. Oh. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I'm so not used to having to monitor Twitch or TikTok for gifts. I didn't know I could be given gifts. I thought I had to reach like a milestone or something. I've been really focused on trying to get fully monetized on Twitch that I completely overlooked TikTok. I'm sorry. Thank you, Sweet Potato.
Not too aggressive, but it gives us a nice little impact here. And then same thing for here, for the same method with the blur. You can do it like that, or if you just have it like that. I'm just gonna do it like this for time's sake. Control C, Control V, paste it here, paste it here. So that gives us like a nice way of hiding the transition or any flaws with it. So if we just play back like this, let's disable that. That's our original
I guess
transition.
you put it right on the transition.
With the extra blur and the exposure. So yeah, and I'm also going to add another adjustment clip with a different effect, which is going to be our directional blur. So that'll hide the seam between this scene and this scene here with a nice blur with lines and streaks, and you'll see what it is. All right, let's add another adjustment clip and put it here. And I'm just going to add it for 2 frames here and then adjust it down right there. DaVinci doesn't like 1 frame adjustment clips, by the way, so kind of stick to 2. X, and now we're at
But that's a clean up. How can you hide that?
Add a directional blur.
He said the directional blur is gonna hide this, but bro, this is actually so clean already. Why are you polishing the the Clorox wipes, man. You're cleaning the cleaning supplies. My mom? Oh. I thought we were going for a muscle man joke. You know what else is cleaning? My mom! But I appreciate that these nuts are clean. 1 point for good hygiene.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. Just talking me shit.
Alright, there we have it here. And for this one, we want to put the type to zoom and we want to go negative. So
I think asthma also, yeah, these nuts need to be cleaned. Oh, yeah. You need shiny nuts if you want shiny mons. That's just kind of how it works.
doing a zoom out here, you can see like the look
Oh,
of
good
the
luck
blur.
on the
So, I'm gonna do that,
the shiny
and
hunting.
I'm just gonna copy and paste this in between these cuts.
May
here.
Lady Luck sit by
Here,
your
open
table.
that, Paste, and for this one, I just want it to be 1 frame, so make it short like that. Right here, I want this to be a zoom in instead of a
Hell
zoom
yeah!
out. From there, just
Another
move it.
fellow bird kisser. Oh my god. TikTok, why didn't you tell me you guys were reading sideways? That's fun. Where can I put this shot? Shit. I feel like here is innocuous enough. That's fine. Apostle Edel Blue. Isn't that literally somebody from the game? Isn't Apostle Edel Blue literally someone from the game though? Yes, that's literally the name we get when we have to go down that Shinibio guy's route and fight that demon tree.
Zoom in, here we go, back, and then let's go back here again, paste it in between those. In here, and this one, we want
That's
to
beautiful.
slide to the left. Let's go back to linear.
Game recognized
Go
game.
into there, so let's zoom, good little blur, and so we're gonna do that. So yeah, and I'm also gonna add another adjustment clip with a different effect, which is gonna be our directional blur. So that'll hide the seam between this scene and this scene here with a nice blur with lines and streaks, and you'll see what it is. All right, let's add another adjustment clip and put it here, and I'm just gonna add it for 2 frames here, and then adjust it down right there.
How the fuck do you do that, my guy? Oh! I'm a fucking idiot. And then I can just do that. Nope. And then I can just do that. Oh, I'm just a big fucking dum-dum. There was nothing wrong with Da Vinci. It was me. It was me and my low brain cell. Of course, my old enemy, the consequences of my actions. Where have you been? NBK9 Puzz. I'm editing on DaVinci Resolve. It's a free video editing and color correcting and all the sound thingies. 9Ps. I'm sorry, NBK 9Ps, not 9 Puzzes. I'm sorry, Mr. Peas, or Miss Peas, or Peas. Whatever you may identify for. Pizzazz. That reminds me, I need to re-download Audacity. What is Audacity is like a mixer, right? Right, Krim? A vibe style? What do you mean by vibe style? I'm new. This is literally the first practice edit I've ever done. 9Ps. So forgive me if I'm not abreast of the editor's lingo. I just fucking got here. Play the edit. Okay, play the edit. Playing the edit. Oh, I just did some stuff.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. Who's talking me shit?
That is. Oh, thank you for the follow, 9Ps. Thank you. You can thank PJ space ENT on YouTube.
She doesn't like one frame adjustment clips, by the way, so kind of stick to 2. Hit X, and now we're at a 2 frame adjustment clip. I'm going to add a directional blur. All right, there we have it here. And for this
Click
one, we want to put the type
X.
to zoom, and we want to go to negative. So we're going to
Click
zoom out here.
Control
So you can
space.
see the look of the blur.
Direction. No blur. Oh fuck, which one was it?
So we're going to do the go blur. All right, there we have it here.
There we
And
go.
for this one, we want to put the type to zoom, and we want to go to negative. So we're doing a zoom out here. You can kind of see like the look of the blur. And so we're going to do that, and I'm just going to copy and paste.
Zoom.
And for this one, we want to put the type to zoom, and we want to go to negative. So we're doing.
So I put the type to zoom, and then we go negative. Yes, this is a remake. So I want to practice doing some editing stuff for a model group I'm with. So vlogs, behind the scenes, or like any just little small reels for TikTok and the grams. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to get my practice in.
Doing a zoom out here. You can see.
If you look on the bottom right of the screen, there's a different monitor or a different view. That is the video we're editing off of.
Kind of see like the look of the blur. And so we're gonna do that, and I'm just gonna copy and paste this in between these cuts here. So here, 1 frame back, paste. And for this one, I just want it to be 1 frame, so make it short like that. For here, I want this.
Oh, you're gonna practice? Or are you practicing,
a
Crims?
zoom in instead of a zoom out. Go into there. Flip this
Yeah, we're
a
still
little
good for
bit, zoom
tomorrow.
in. Here we go, back, and then
Definitely.
Let's go back here again. Paste it in between those. In here, this one. Here we go, back. To be 1 frame. So it needs to cut the blur.
I don't
So
know. I
we'll
feel
do
bad
that,
God,
and
constantly
also
having to
copy and paste
adjust.
this in
But
between.
I've had a busy ass week. It's been an adulting week.
These cuts here. So here, 1 frame back, paste. And for this one, I just you can kind of see like the
I guess you're literally just 2 frames. You're literally just 2 frames. Okay. Bop. And then bop. Or is it on you? Is it on
the type of 1 frame adjustment clips, by the way. So kind of stick to 2. Hit X, and now we're at a 2 frame adjustment clip. I'm going to add a directional blur. All right, there we have it here. And for this one, we want to put the
Felt. And we're gonna keep flying.
type to zoom, and we want to go to negative. So
We're
doing
gonna
a
hit
zoom
them
out
with
here.
the Kizaru mid-air aura farming.
I see like the look of the blur, and so we're gonna do that, and I'm just gonna copy and paste this in between these cuts here. So here, 1 frame back, paste, and for this one, I just want it to be 1 frame, so make it short like that. For here, I want this to be a zoom in instead of a zoom out. Go into there, flip this a little bit, zoom in. Here we go, back, and then let's go back here again, paste it in between those. In here, and this one, we want a slide to the left. Let's go back to linear. It's already going to there, so let's increase it. Now everything is moving towards the right side. That'll be our seam for that. So
I see why you did what you did. Wait, did you make this as a linear as well? I would assume.
make it short like that. For here, I want this to be a zoom in instead of a zoom out. Go into there, flip this, zoom in. There we go, back, and
because the one before is dopey dumb face, and then the one after is a zoomed in hot face. Yes. Truly. Yes. To understand the inner machinations of one's edit, the knowledge truly flows. So we go to you, open you here. Instead of a zoom out, we're zooming in. Come back in here, come to you, open you up. Ah, baby, you're slowing down. Where the fuck is my specs? Checking my laptop, checking my PC, giving it the old hand touch test. She's warm, but she lives. Don't give up on me, old boy. So let's step back. You come here. I'm gonna open you. You're gonna become a linear.
a zoom in instead of a zoom out. Go into there, flip this a little bit, zoom in, here we go, back, and then let's go back here, again, paste it in between those. In here, this one, we want a slide to the left. Let's go back to linear. It's already going to there, so let's increase it. Now everything is moving to the right side. That'll be our seam for that. So it just feels a lot better. So there, and then we have this.
Okay, I see it.
Kind of gives it like speediness that the clip really needs. Yeah. And oh, also we want one for our zoom out at the end. So I'm just gonna copy this one that we have at the beginning. Technically this edit's supposed to loop. This will be the end for this part. Yeah, so now it looks a little more seamless like that. Right now, if you're having trouble playing back, there's actually no cache on this page because there's no, this doesn't force render cache when there's adjustment clips here, which is dumb in my opinion, but it should. And in order to fix that, you can actually put an adjustment clip above all your clips here. Let's add another one and drag it here all the way across there, and we can right click it, go to render cache color output, and now it will start forcing render cache to happen on this here. So if you weren't able to play back,
Thank you. Be beholden to my alt.
before, now you are able to put this, and there we go.
Whoa. I look away for 10 seconds struggling with
for this part.
an adjustment clip, and you jump to the top of the class.
Like that. Right now, if you're having trouble playing back, there's actually no cache on this page because there's no, this doesn't force render cache when there's adjustment clips here, which is dumb in my opinion, but it should. And in order to fix that, you can actually put an adjustment clip above all your clips here. Let's add another one and drag it here all the way across there, and we can right click it, go to render cache color output, and now it will start forcing render cache to happen on this here. So if you weren't able to,
Now you tell me this? Now is when you give me this sacred advice? At the end of the class? Render cache.
able to play back before cache on this page because
There's
there's
this
no, this doesn't force render cache when there's adjustment clips here, which is dumb in my opinion, but it should. And in order to fix that, you can actually put an adjustment clip above all your clips here. Let's add another one and drag it here all the way across there, and we can right click it, go to render cache color output, and now it will start forcing
Render cache color output. Render cache.
render cache to happen on this here. So if you weren't able to play, drag it up one layer and drag it here all the way across there, and we can right click it, go to render cache color output, and now it will start forcing render cache to happen on this here. So if you weren't able to play that before, now you are able to put this, and there we go. One thing I forgot to add is shakes, so that's pretty important as well. So let's drag all this up, everything except the clip, drag it up one layer. We're gonna add shakes. So let's add adjustment clips here, same thing we did before. Bam. I'm actually gonna just put make it on one and put it on the other. So let's go inside this adjustment clip X. So make sure, and now we are in that certain adjustment clip here. And now I'm gonna show you how to make your shakes. You want a more in-depth here, we're gonna add shakes. So let's add adjustment clips here. Same thing we did before. Bam. I'm actually gonna just make it on one and put it on the other. So let's go inside this adjustment clip X. So make sure, and now we are in that certain adjustment clip here. And now I'm gonna show you how to make your shakes. If you want a more in-depth on how to make shakes, I have a video on it. In this video,
Shake tutorial.
Shake DaVinci Resolve.
How to bring all the boys to the yard. DaVinci tutorial 101.
Shakes are one of the most important additions that you can make to your edits to make your videos feel less.
Please.
By frame.
Thank you.
This one, we're lucky. Oh, we forgot to do something. We forgot to lock that original layer. Control Z all the way back. And yeah.
To the shakes,
Yeah,
my boy.
and I'm also going to add another adjustment clip with a different effect, which is going to be our directional blur. So that'll shakes are one of the seam between this scene and this scene here with a nice blur with lines and streaks, and you'll see what it is. All right, let's add another adjustment clip and put it here. And I'm just going to add a direction to go negative. So we're doing a zoom out here, and paste this to be 1 instead of a zoom back here. Let's go back to linear. And it's already going to there. So having trouble playing back, there's actually no cache on this page because there's no, like, this doesn't force render cache when there's adjustment clips here, which is dumb in my opinion, but it should. And in order to fix that, you actually put an adjustment clip above all your clips here. So add another one and put it here all the way.
We did that.
A video on it, and this. Oh, so let's go inside this adjustment clip X. So make.
So it really is just. I didn't want to use. Stretch out. Shift out and then shift out. Bro, I'd shit myself. At some point I'm gonna shit myself with how much stuff I'm gonna have to keep track of throughout edits. Like, I can easily see myself getting lost in a very complex edit. But hey,
now we are in that certain adjustment clip here, and now
muscle memory.
Shakes. You want a more in-depth on how to make shakes?
Yes, this is DaVinci.
Video, every single way to make a shake in DaVinci Resolve. I'll show you a bunch of different ways to make shakes. I'm gonna show you the more basic way, which is the Anim Curves shake way, and hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. But this is where the money happens. So here, I'm gonna tap Shift Space, then tap in Transform.
By ASF. I'm not sure what the ASF means, but bye. Oh, I should buy the studio. I'm not sure. I don't know. No, forgive me. Acronyms have never been my strong suits. That's why I don't know what ASF means. Not you. The disappointment in those 2 periods after the no.
Transform, but I want to transform now without the XF. So here, I'm big way Resolve.
So what's the difference between the SF?
Video on it in this video, every single way to make a shake in DaVinci Resolve. I'll show you a bunch of different ways to make shakes. I'm gonna show you the more basic way, which is the Anim Curves shake way, and hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. But this is where the money happens. So here, I'm gonna tap Shift Space, then
no, you hate.
But I want to transform now without the XF at the end.
You had to hit the auto eject button. Oh no. Transform without the FX. Transform without the FX. Thank you very much.
And this is the OFX transform that comes with DaVinci Resolve. And
bye as fuck. Okay. What, do you not like DaVinci?
And now we're going to put a certain expression or an animation modifier on this position Y, which is going to be our up and down. But right click it, go to modify with, and I'll.
What is the difference? What is the difference between with and without the FX?
Shake way, and
SF,
hopefully it doesn't get too confusing, but this is where the money happens. So here, I'm going to tap Shift Space, then tap in Transform, but I want to transform now without the XF at the end. This is the OFX transform that comes with DaVinci Resolve, and now we're going to put a certain expression or an animation modifier.
It's not for no damn reason. Like, I get it. It's daunting, don't get me wrong. It's super fucking daunting. If it wasn't for the fact of CapCut asking for money, I would never have ventured out this far. But if you're a casual edit person and somebody who does it on like a laptop or a phone, I can definitely see why using it becomes like a lot. Just use After Effects. Yeah, you could use After Effects, but I feel like DaVinci offers like a lot of good stuff for free, which is why I'm mainly here. Is I'm not making money from editing stuff yet. Hopefully that's that's the dream, that's the goal, is to become good enough to somehow make money from it. Hi Spark! But until then, I need something free, and DaVinci scratches all the spots. For After Effects? Thank you! Thanks for coming by, Spark. Get some rest. You had a very, I assume you have a very busy day. It's almost midnight. Don't be an insomniac like me, Spark. Get the beauty rest. Let me be the only zombie that wakes up tomorrow and drags themselves to work. Oh no. Anyone who uses Eventful. Alright, listen, paying for plugins should be free. Like, plugins should be what we the people do or make for other broke people within our community. To pay for plugins is a crime. All applications should allow their users to just have like a small circle of just like, if you think you can edit and make something that adds on to my product, go ahead. Sure. This is a practice edit. So before you're super impressed by all the changes, all the cool effects that's happening.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Yeah. I'm doing it based off of a template or like a YouTube video, so I can understand where everything is. Because my counter to DaVinci being super confusing and having a bag of stuff, you just work with it. Just work with it. No, not a full. I don't think it's a full AMV. Just like a quick, like YouTube short or Instagram reel edit, but not like a full-on AMV.
On this position Y, which is going to be our up and down. But right click it, go to modify with, and then type in transform. But I want the transform now without the XF at the end. This is the OFX transform that comes with DaVinci Resolve. And now we're going to put a certain expression or an animation modifier on this position Y, which is going to be our up and down. But right click it, go to modify with, and all these are modifiers that
right click, modify with. Wow.
Control the animation in a certain way, and this anim curves one allows us to grab a curve that allows us to have a nice shake. So let's go over here. So once our modifier is there, we can access the modifiers by going to the modifiers tab over here, go to the source, and we're going to change this from transition to duration. So now it'll adjust the curve to however long the adjustment clip is that we're working with. Now we can choose the curve to easing, go to the out mark, and then click elastic. And now if we play this back real quick, you can see it does something like this, and that's kind of what we're going for, but we want it to end at this value that's here. So right now we have this scale value at 0.5, and we want this offset value to be the inverse of this value. So we can double click this and type an equal sign into this box here, hit enter, and then this will have this expression tab that we can link other controls to. So if we click this plus button and go to the scale over here, that'll put the scale value for our offset value.
I'm learning to find my editing style.
But if we put the negative sign in front of the scale, that'll do the inverse of whatever this is. And so now if we play back, now we have
don't make the accent fool you.
Adjust this a little bit more. I don't like having it
just cause we can't tongue.
Usually do like 0.1 or less. So let's do 0.1 like that. That'll work.
But I just prefer a decent.
So long. Or actually, we can just shorten this down.
I just prefer the standard English.
Now we have some shorter.
It's easier for me.
It's a little faster. I like that faster shake a little bit more. And then.
But I am. If I had, typically I have camera on, but it's just way too hot. It's too fucking hot, and all the lights are cooking me inside my shirt. And if I turn off the lights, you guys aren't gonna see me anyways. I'm just gonna be eyes and teeth. So this is
here,
just gonna
so
be
once our
a
modifiers
cameras
are
off
there, go to modify
screen.
width. And all these are modifiers that control the animation in a certain way. And this anim curves one allows us to grab a curve that allows us to have a nice shape.
No, you can
Let's go
laugh.
here. So once our modifier is there, we can access the modifiers by going to the modifiers tab
Spark
over
had an
here, go
eventful
to the
day.
source, and we're going to change this from transition to duration. So now it'll adjust the curve to however long the adjustment clip is that we're working with. Now we can choose the curve to easing, go to the out mark, and then click elastic. And now if we play this back real quick, duration. So now it'll-
I remember when we used to say we were Skyping each other. Back in my day, I remember my brother had to connect his Ethernet cable all the way from the modem in the living room just so he could Skype his girly friend. And I used to just sneak in and just kind of hover around like an annoying little brother. Those were the days. Oh.
adjust the curve to however long the adjustment clip is that we're working with. So we can
What
access
curve
the
am I
modifiers by
adjusting?
going to the modifiers tab over here, go to the source, and we're going to change this from transition to duration. So now it'll
it to
adjust the
duration.
curve to however long the adjustment clip is that we're working with. Now we can
Oh, but
choose the curve.
to answer your question, oh, you're gone. Alright, I'll wait for you to come back.
Curve to easing, go to the out mark, and then click elastic. And now if we play this back real quick, you can see it does something like this. Along the over here. So once our modifier is there, we can access
Okay, well.
choose this value that's here. So right now we have this scale value at 0.5,
It was a fun
and
way
we
to
want
fuck
this
with people.
offset value.
What I always did is like when the camera was or when the lights were off, just staying right out of view. Like tell them that you're gonna leave and like, oh, I'll be back in a minute, and then you just lean out right out of view of the camera where it can pick you up, where you just disappear into the darkness, and then after a while you just slowly ease back in.
Click this
Oh,
plus
they
button,
shit
click the
my-
scale
they shit
value. So we can
themselves.
double click this and type an equal sign into this box here, hit enter, and then this will have this expression tab that we can link other controls to. So if we click this plus button and go
What
to
the
scale,
fuck? If I go to offset, I put equal and enter. Ooh.
of this value. So we can double click this and type an equal sign into this box here, hit enter, and then this will have this expression tab that we can link other controls to. So if we click this plus button and go to the scale over here, that'll put the scale value for our offset value that is there. So see, these values are the same, but if we put the negative sign in front of the scale, that'll do the inverse of whatever this is. And so now if we play back, now we have our shake like this. We can adjust this a little bit more. I don't like having it be 0.5. Usually we do like 0.1 or less. So let's do 0.1 like that. That'll work. So because this clip is so long, right? Scale, that'll do the inverse of whatever this is. And so now if we play back, now we have our shake like this. We can adjust this a little bit more. I don't like having it be 0.5. Usually we do like
Nice,
0.1 or
Spark.
less. So let's do 0.1.
Thanks for stopping
like
by
that.
a little
That'll
bit.
work. So because this clip
Oh,
is
just so you
long.
know, this was 100% inspired by you doing your reading stream the other day. You made me realize I haven't done a study hall in a very long time, so I decided since I can't sleep, I will strike while the iron is existing. I'll strike while the iron is insomniatic, while the iron can't sleep. So if everybody thanks Sparks, without Spark this would not be happening, probably. Probably, most definitely. Oh, Touch, thank you for the heart. Ooh, 2 hearts in one fucking day? Jeez. I should stream at 10:50 more often.
Tools, make sure in advanced options that our transparency is on reflect. So have our mirrored edges, some shorter, but now let's do 0.1 like that. And so now if we play back, now we have our shake like this. We can adjust this a little bit more. I don't like having it be 0.5. Usually we do like 0.1 or less.
Okay, 0.1. I don't see that do nothing for me. I don't see that do nothing for me.
Everybody talking.
Yeah.
Everybody talking.
Less. So let's do 0.1 like that. That'll work. So because this clip is so long, or actually we can just shorten this down We go like this, and then go back. And now we have some shorter, but now our shake is a little faster. I like that faster shake. Move out a bit more, and then let's go back to our tools. Make sure in advanced options that our transparency.
So why is mine
on
naturally
reflect.
fast?
So our mirror edges. And now we have something like this. Maybe I'll even go even lower of a value than -1. We just hit down. That'll be 0. You add another number, so you put 1. You have something there. Maybe a little bit more. 0.5. That's half. Maybe something like that will work. Also adjust the time offset so we can have it start there actually. And now we have a shake like that. It's not too bad. Maybe we need to up it if we do reflect.
Keep doing so many things.
1 or less. So let's do.
So offset is how much it comes off the screen or where it moves, or how much space is there when it's doing that bouncing off the screen. And then we match it to scale, so it's like a minimal bounce or like it's a tight bounce.
Everybody talking about.
Right, Mundo?
Do 0.1 like that. That'll work. So because this clip is so long, or actually we can just shorten this down. We go like this, and then go back. And now we have some shorter, but now our shake is a little faster.
I'm not gonna do
faster
that.
Shake
I'm not gonna do that because mine is already pretty freaking fast.
Advanced options that
Already
are
pretty flippin'
transparency
fast.
is on reflect. So have our mirrored edges. Now we have something like this. Maybe I'll even go even lower of a value than -1. We just hit down. That'll be 0. You add another number, so you put 1. You have something there.
Edge
a little bit
behavior.
more. 0.5. That's half.
This
Maybe
is
something
basically
that will
edge
work.
control.
Also adjust the time offset so we can have it start there actually. And now we have a shake like that.
Yeah, Mundo?
It's not too bad. Maybe
What up?
we need to up it if we do actually move
Hey, buddy.
the time offset. So let's go back to I guess our 0.1 that we had before. Now that's not a bad shake right there. That looks pretty good. And it doesn't show too much motion tile or the mirrored edges. You can see a little bit right there.
Hi, buddy.
Will live. Plus we're zooming out actually, so we can actually bring that back over here. We're zooming out of the middle, so technically that won't be seen as long as it's underneath the transition clip. So that should be fine anyway. Go back to our tools. I might do the same thing for our actually our 0.1 that we had before. Now that's not a bad shake right there. That looks pretty good. And it doesn't show too much motion tile or the mirrored edges. You can see a little bit right there, but we'll set. So let's go back to again like that will work faster. I like that faster shake a little bit more. And then 1 there actually. That looks pretty good. And it doesn't show too as long as it's underneath the transition clip. So that should be fine anyway. Go back to our tools. I might do the same thing for our rotation. Kind of want a little bit of rotation as well. Right click it, go to modify with inner curves, modifiers. Go remember change our source to duration, curve to easing the out to elastic. And this time we're gonna do the same thing. The equal sign in the offset. Equip that to the scale of this. And this 180 is way too much right now. Like watch, that's way too much. So let's do even like 1 or 2. And it's not too bad. Works. We can make
And that's all in the same thing. Just rotate, modify with any curve. Go to modifier. Oh, indeed. Equal enter. Link you to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Everybody talking about.
Dude, it's like fucking Beyblade.
Everybody talking about. Everybody.
Look at those inhumane reactions. Hold on. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I just take a moment, just sit right there until I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Wah, 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 wah. Welcome back, Touched. So we learned that we can do this. In the time you left for a couple of seconds, and now we're doing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is a story all about how my life got flipped and upside down, and I'd like to take a moment, just sit right there and tell you how to become the prince of a town called Bel Air. Let's put you at.
Everybody talking about. Everybody talking about.
Are these even? Oh yeah, 100%. I is baby editing. Oh, Krim, you said sup? I literally just started editing like a week ago. I don't have a Discord. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of stuff I should probably set up in relation to streams. But right now I'm doing this as like a hobby. I mean, I wanna start. Well, fuck you too, man. So you can sit down and knead on my stomach for like 15 minutes, but the minute I start to pet you, you just go meh, meh, and walk away. You see why that relationship is inherently toxic? Yeah, you don't. Of course, you're not saying anything to me, dick. Cats, man. Can't live with them. You wanted to show me some of your edits? Oh, get a quick nap. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Grim, take a quick nap. This is bedtime streams. You guys should be sitting and getting cozy and relaxing. So look to your heart's content. Goddamn. All right, if you stick around, I will make creating a Discord my next priority, so I can have a place to lurk. What's also scary about a Discord is, while it will be a place for my community should my streaming get big, I'm also kind of introverted, so like I don't want to bring a bunch of people together and then never say a word to them ever. I am on Instagram at White Kobe D. I do modelings and things and stuff. Can I send a link in my own chat? Jeez. How long have you been without Instagram? Honestly, do the purge. But yeah, this is me, White Kobe D. I post modeling stuff, and it's where I put my reels for all my shoots. Your birthday gift to yourself was getting the fuck off Instagram. Valid. That's valid as hell. That's real as hell. What are you doing here?
Make this shake a little softer by putting down the timescale. Something like
a 1.6.
Everybody talking about.
Oh.
Everybody talking about.
Oh, that's what the rotation does. I'm now seeing the rotation. That's fucking crazy.
Everybody talking about.
Oh.
Everybody talking about.
Oh.
Everybody talking about.
That's fucking delicious. That's actually fucking nasty.
that will work. Right, now let's go back, then we can copy and just delete it. We'll hold down Alt and then we just have whatever selected here, and we just delete that, and we're just gonna copy this adjustment clip here and here and here. All right, a little aggressive here, so I'm just gonna drag that out, and now we have a softer shake because this is the way that the shake is made with the adjustment clip. And yeah, like even we can go further out to say a softer shake like that, or we can go inside the clip and then lower our values and make variances of our values here. So they say this could be like -1, so it starts with the other duration. Have it start there actually, like having it be 0.5, and we want to have over here the out. Now we have you more, so have our mirrored edges, and now we have something like this. Maybe I'll even go even lower of a value than -1. We just hit down, so that'll be 0.
Oh, it was marked. It was already.
Something there, maybe a little bit more, 0.5. That's half. Maybe something like that will work.
Never mind, false alarm. It already made the markers itself.
There, or 2, and it's not too bad. Works. We can make this shake a little softer by putting down the time scale. Something like that will work. Right. Now let's go back and we can copy and we just delete it. We'll hold down Alt and then we just have whatever selected here, and we just delete that, and we're just gonna copy this adjustment clip here and here and here. All right.
Sorry, I had to do my child puzzle on
aggressive.
TikTok Live, on the live app for TikTok. Every once in a while, it makes me put a puzzle piece onto another puzzle piece, so making sure I'm not a robot streaming, I guess. because that's our defenses against AI. I'm sliding our puzzle piece slightly to the left. Backspace, backspace. Alt and drag. Alt and drag.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Woo! Wow, you did in fact find it. Wow. Should I be concerned that it is Indian scam account 826278119? Should I that? Now I am not a smart man. I am not a clever boy. But me thinks that might be a trap. Me thinks this may be less incredible if you I mean, you can forgive. But you can understand why I'm gonna act with a air of suspicion.
Softer shake.
Like nothing personal, but I'm just gonna keep my gun on the table.
Yeah, like we can go further out.
Like if that is just like a goof and a bit, I respect it. I respect the goof and a bit. But also, I'm just gonna keep this piece right here.
Softer shake like that, or we can go inside the clip and then lower our values and make variances of our values here. So they say this could be like -1, so it starts on the other side.
Jamaican scam. You know, I feel like you're focusing on the wrong section of the name. You're making this a race, like a country or a race thing, when it's not. It's the other half. That's like getting robbed by somebody in a dark alley and then being like, okay, would you prefer me to wear this white ski mask or this black ski mask? Which one makes you feel less threatened? And it's like, that's not what's making me feel threatened. White, obvious. I mean, yeah, well, that's the obvious answer. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, obviously the white one.
To make it a little smoother, something like that. Just a variance of the shakes, but sometimes because we have so many adjustment layers and stuff like that, it gets a little glitchy sometimes. And usually if this glitches like that, I just copy this node and then something like that. Just a variance of the shakes, but sometimes because we have so many adjustment layers and stuff like that, it gets a little glitchy sometimes. And usually if this glitches like that, I just copy this node and then paste it right back. Then it should recache all this and then.
Are you glitching?
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit. She me, that's too. She, bro. I'm gonna stay over here.
Not bad.
That glitch should go away. Like that. Alright, a couple more final things in order to make the edit just a little bit better. We're gonna add a color correction. Yeah, I'm gonna do the color correction on this adjustment clip that we have here, and that'll be using the color tab. So open the color tab there, and for my color correction, I kind of do like a teal and orange. There's a bunch of different tutorials on how to color. This is just
I mean, again, I just feel like if you send me a link, I'm probably not gonna click it. Is the best way I can put this. Because again, if you have the word scam in your name. But I do appreciate the follow and the likes.
That's when we're lucky. Oh, we forgot to do something. We forgot to lock that original layer. Tab over here. Go to these.
Is that the last of the edits now?
The shakes, but sometimes because we have so many adjustment layers and stuff like that, it gets a little glitchy sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you're not a real person. I do think you're a real person. I mean, AI is getting really bad, so if this is the first time AI catches me, AI catches me. But I do think you're a real person. It's just I'm not gonna open anything from an account that has the word scam in it, you know? Like Occam's razor, that this is just seems to be the and I want to believe you. I really want to believe you. But in my own time, unfortunately, my day job is working in IT, and I've quite literally been trained against this. Like I've been trained by the people, the system, to just, this goes against my entire moral code as an IT person. I'm so sorry.
And usually if this glitches like that, I just copy this node and then paste it right back. Then it should recache all this, and then that glitch should go away. Like that. Alright, a couple more final things in order to make the edit just a little bit better. We're gonna add a color correction. Yeah, I'm gonna do the color correction on this adjustment clip that we have here.
Again, I do believe you. I do believe you, but look, alright, you know what? Send them over. I'll do my own verifications. But I gotta put me first.
Color tab there, and for my color correction, I kind of do like a teal and orange. There's a bunch of different.
You're doing over
and
color.
then paste it right back. And then it should recache all this, and then that glitch should go away. Like that. Alright, a couple more final things in order to make the edit just a little bit better. We're gonna add a color correction. Yeah, I'm gonna do the color correction on this adjustment clip that we have here, and that'll be using the color tab. So open the color tab there, and for my color correction, I kind of do like a teal and
I feel
orange.
like this is like that scene. I haven't seen Sinners yet, but there's like a scene where one of the friends gets turned, and he like really quickly just like, all right, so just let me in the house and I can come help y'all. And then somebody goes, wait, why do we gotta let you in the house? How come you just don't just walk in? And then everybody's like, hey, why did you say it like that? Like he said one word, and then now I'm just like, well, now everything's a little bit awkward. Cause it's like, I want to believe you, but then if I do get scammed, then all the signs were there, and then I just can't complain.
Tutorials on how to color. This is just the way I do it. It's not the correct way always. It's just the easy way, especially for
It's like seeing one of those like big box straps where they lead candy into the box, and it just being like,
so just hit the spider web here.
well, it's obviously gonna
start dragging
it's gonna fall out on me when I go to get that piece of candy, but I really want that fucking Skittle.
Slight adjustments, and we kind of want to make sure that the skin tones are still looking at the skin tones. Like if you have the vector scope open here, hit that like this, and then vector scope, and if we click
fucking hilarious.
right here, and we can go and hit just gonna show skin tone indicator, and now have this up set the shakes. But sometimes
shakes are fine
and stuff like that. Then paste it right back, and then it should recache all this, and then that glitch should go away. Like that. Alright, a couple more final things.
I'm sorry. Detailing making jokes and mocking something is how I show love.
Clip that we have here, and that'll be using the color tab. So open the color tab there, and for my color correction, I kind of do like a teal and orange. There's a bunch of different tutorials on how to color. This is just the way I do it. It's not the correct way always. It's just the easy way, especially for anime. So if you don't have this over here, you probably have a bunch of tabs open. The main one you need is this color warper over here. So just hit the spider web here, and it has the color warper. And I'm just going to start dragging values towards the orange and the teal parts of our image, and just making slight adjustments. And we kind of want to make sure
your chroma, but what is the? Okay, there we go.
That the skin tones are still looking at the skin tones. Like if you have the vector scope open here, hit that, click this, and then
where's the vector scope? Jesus Christ. Will you have it as waveform? Are you gonna set it to
vector scope? And if we click these settings right here, and we can go and hit, just gonna show skin tone indicator, and now have this little line, which is where the skin tones are supposed to be. Like, you know,
this is exactly what you're fucking talking about. Touched is there? It's just so fucking much.
The main one you need is the
there's just so fucking much to DaVinci. But I feel like if you master it, you become like Jesus himself opens the door, and he's just like, all right, you get to work on the world.
a bit better, we're gonna add a color correction.
You're
Yeah,
good
we'll do the
enough
color
to
correction
edit
on this
everything.
clip that we have here, and that'll be using the color tab. So open the color tab there, and for my color correction, I kind of do like a teal and orange. There's a bunch of different tutorials on how to color. This is just the way I do it. It's not the correct way always. It's just the easy way, especially for anime. So if you don't have this over here, you probably have a bunch of tabs open. The main one you need is this color warper over here. So just hit the spider web here, and it has the color warper. I'm just gonna start dragging values towards the orange and the teal parts of our image, and just making slight adjustments. And we kind of want to make sure that the skin tones are still looking at the skin tones. Like if you have the vector scope open here, hit that, click this, and then vector scope. And if we click these settings right here, and we can go and hit just gonna show skin tone indicator, and now this little line, which is where the skin tones are supposed to be. But you know, this is anime.
So far. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, I'm looking at him now. I see him now. Hold on. Excellent. Let me run to my chats. Where the fuck are they? Ah. There she is. Let me just bigify. Let me just bigify.
Want me to? It's not funny. It's a little bit fun.
Got me y'all drinking, so when you maybe the bump to find the things. Ooh, what to do with this? Damn, that was tight. Yeah, that was worth all my cookies. I like that the first two were from TV shows, and then the third one is just a guy. Like the first two is like, oh, I really like this TV show, and then the third one is like, and also, this just this dude right here. These are the things I'm passionate about. These two shows and this one man. Well, Zach, what are you falling off of? Depending. Depending on where the fall is happening, I might be able to help you. You're falling off of you? As in you stream and you're not getting as much views as you used to? or is the visuals off the screen falling off? Oh, your edits? Oh. Oh. You're asking. Hey, I just want you to know I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur editor. Like, I'm not doing this on a professional scale by any means, way, shape, or form. So we're all learning together. I just now realized something that I never once thought would happen, is that people would walk in here thinking that I'm a knowledgeable editor. It's just a baby. We can learn together. Neither do I. You do it for fun? Yeah. I also want to do it for fun. I mean, oh shit, I should probably do my whole "you is not a baby." Yeah, you know what I am. I should probably do my whole spiel as a channel. But hold on. It's 11:16. Hello everybody, my name is Tyvon White, and you don't know me yet, but I hope you stick around so you do get to. Welcome to my forge. I am a creator in the truest of sense. I just like to make things. This stream is something we do a bunch of different things. Sometimes we'll play video games. Boo! Come on, man! At least wait till the end. You know, we're gonna keep going. Boo. Look, me and the boys in the lab, we're gonna workshop it, alright? we're workshopping it. You know, we're just throwing it out there. You know, it's the general vibe. You know, Team Rocket didn't get their intro the first time. But yeah, welcome to my forge. Here we are all blacksmiths of our own kinds and creations. We are all touched by the spark of creation and here to just pursue hobbies for no other reason than to make something and let it loose in the world. So I hope you can pick up a hammer, pick up an axe, and just start working. Here's me. I play video games. I do study hall streams like the one we're doing right now. Typically, I play Monster Hunter, a game where we teach creatures what extinction means. I play Stardew Valley, where we're just kind of comfy, cozy, going around picking up from our grandpa's farm and learning to talk to people in the new village of Stardew Valley. I do Hotiful Boyfriend, which is a dating sim about us, a human in an all-bird school kissing other birds. So if you ever want to see me kiss birds, come by, stop by. And I feel like there's a third thing. No, it's just those three. I occasionally will do live stuff with my friends whenever they come by. Just yesterday, I also model. I am also a model. So the other day, a friend of mine came by and we did like a whole styling stream for like an hour and a half. So you'll never know truly what you're gonna get when you come here. And it's all subject to my ADHD whimmed brain. So if you like what you like, follow, don't follow, I'm not your mom. These are really good, actually. I appreciate it. Yeah, no. Paul Zach, those are actually really good edits. Yeah, put me to shame.
Anyway, so it's a little bit different, but we can just drag it towards this. It's a little bit red over
Oh,
here.
how would I?
Desaturate it by going towards the middle a little bit more.
Ah, ooh.
It's more towards the teal. I like that look more.
Shit,
It's
oh
kind of
no.
like at least a little bit everything more teal as well. Maybe our blues a little bit more towards the teal. Maybe even our purples like maybe desaturate it a little bit
Like,
more. Maybe leaning towards the blue a little bit more. Maybe our reds can go
Okay.
more lighter orange. Put our orange, make it even more gold. And it doesn't look too much. Maybe desaturate a little bit right there. It's kind of just playing around until you find something that works. Right there should work. That looks pretty good. If we like disable it, oh, can't see anything. Never mind. Actually, hit control.
Those were touches. Touched is edits that we were looking at a while ago. They're not sure. Touched, I'm assuming from your DP, girl. It's very small for me, so I can't confirm. But that seems very femme silhouetted. If that's what you do, if that's what you identify for, what's your shtick, what's your dealie? But yeah, it's theirs. It's touched it is. Oh no! Oh jinkies! Look at them. Prove me wrong. Oh, it's privated. Well, I'll take your word. I don't know. Some other time. I really want to wrap this up and
Orange.
gets to bed.
Gold. I think it's a little too much.
Whoa. Oh yeah, this spans across the entire thing, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Guess color correcting really is just what your eye decides is beautiful situation. I don't think it's something I can watch this guy do and then do it myself. I gotta get a handle on it. I like this. Kinda light, airy-ish. Could I rate your edit? Was I on this for 2 hours? How long have I been streaming for? Yeah, about 2 hours. I mean, I was basically wrapping up. Honestly, I'm just kind of idling and poking through.
Maybe desaturate
And just kind of chatting.
there. It's kind of just playing around until you find something that works. Right there should work. That looks pretty good. If we like disable it, oh, can't see anything. Never mind. Actually, hit Control D while having this thing, like this node selected, and you can see the difference. So you kind of like enhanced it. It looks a little bit more. I don't know. Looks better. One more thing I'll add.
Yeah.
to this color correction is actually going to this curves over here and go and these 3 buttons over here, hit editable splines, and if we hit these keyframes over here, we kind of like increase the gain over here and also increase the shadow.
Hit
And right now,
editable
a little bright.
splines.
We kind of like increase the
Where's
gain
editable
over here,
splines?
hit editable splines, and
Oh.
if we hit these keyframes over here, we kind of like increase the gain over
Editable
here and
splines.
also increase the shadow. And right now anime is like a little bright, so I think if I increase the shadow a little bit more, it kind of brings out the darker tones a little bit better. Let's see, maybe bring this up a little bit more like that as well. So you can see all the colors over here.
Whoa.
Right? I don't want to make
Whoa.
more black like that. That looks pretty good to me.
Like, I'm sorry, but look at this. Look at the DaVinci stuff.
These edits usually put it for Instagram, so I put the resolution in 1080 by 1080. So
This is too cool. I know this is a lot. I know DaVinci's a lot to take in, but you can't tell me that it doesn't feel nice having this godlike level of control over the stuff we do. That in and of itself is just nice.
Just add the note here. I'm going to change this Y size to 1080. That'll be there, and make sure keep centered is on, so now everything's centered in the clip. Now you can see like a 1080 by 1080 edit. What happened to our zoom in? I think it got messed up by the shake a little bit. We can fix that after this. But our crop, something like that, if you want it. Another thing I like to do is put a filter node on it. So filter, shift space filter, put that there, and then there's a type on here called grain, which I have here. And
I'm too dumb to do all of that.
and then animate it on.
It looks good, but it requires too much. Yeah. But I think that's just kind of the person I am. Like, I was the kid that took shit apart just so I could fail putting it back together and then walking away from this broken item. I once fucked up a wind-up toy because I was just like, alright, what happens if I unwind it in the opposite direction really, really fast? The answer, it fucking destroys the toy. It messes up the spring, and then you just have a broken birthday gift that you got like 5 minutes later that you then put in a drawer because you can't let your parents see it, because then they're gonna get on your ass about how reckless you are about taking care of stuff, and then they're just right. And we can't give them that satisfaction. So you put it in your drawer and you forget about it. That's the kind of kid I was. What was the question? I use CapCut. I'm too dumb. I did also use CapCut.
in our scene a little bit nicer. I want to disable that for now and save that for the final render because it's a pain in the butt in our playback.
I'm not just watching AMV tutorials. I'm making an AMV. Hey, Jackal. I couldn't sleep.
So let's see.
Yeah. Like I don't bash anybody taking like or doing the easier editing thing. Like whatever editing program works for you works for you. Like we have our own camps. I don't know. I just like it. I just like maybe I would never categorize myself as a controlling person. But I like having these tedious little things I can tweak and adjust. Because it's not like it's mandatory to learn everything that's there for DaVinci. But it's just nice knowing, you know? It's not about...
Quite right. So
It's not about the flow of the transition or the type of the transition, just how you use it.
we can actually just adjust this. I think this beginning part to make this go over a little bit left. Maybe something like that. Will that match a little better? Oh, that matches like perfectly. And I think this shake is a little aggressive as well. Let's go inside the shake. We're actually gonna make this.
I think this is pretty much it.
Make this time offset down. Bring it, like,
I'm also finally starting to get tired.
yeah, kind of play a bit nicer than how we see it before. Yeah, look at that. Huh, it's a little bit of a weirdness there, but just because of that clip. I guess it is. I will extend the shake all the way here.
This is nice though.
It's not too bad. The zoom out is a little bit short for me, so I might extend the keyframes here. And it's this node. Let's go to spline.
Yeah.
Just a little bit bigger.
I think this guy is... I think that we're gonna wrap. We're gonna call it a wrap here. As insomniatic as I am, I do have work in the morning. Oh shit! I forgot to reduce this. Alright guys, this is the edit. Or this is what we finished with. Let me... Ba ba ba. Monitor left. Ba ba ba. So final results after 3 hours of idly clicking around. Man, I got my bed. I soon got my bed. I'm working at morning.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
Yeah. Nice, sweet, simple.
Everybody talking about R&B shit. I'm just talking me shit.
I'm still probably gonna have to rewatch the video, like the full video, like 10 different times. Yeah. Yeah, 2 hours for that. I get easily distracted. Leave me alone. We're cooked. Yeah, no, we're actually screwed. Don't yell at me. Yes, that took upwards of 2 hours. I have a short attention span. You can't make fun of me. You're punching down. Cooked, burnt. Jeez. You're all mean. You're all mean people. You fucking editors. Everybody's a fucking critic. I'd say show me yours, but yours is probably better than mine, so it's just gonna make me feel worse. And Touch did actually show me theirs. Lava fight. Oh god. Plasmud. Absolutely plasmud. Whoa. Pozizzle. Balzac.
With his iPhone in hand,
Whoa.
with his iPhone in hand, waiting for me to get knocked out so he can start tweeting about it. Let's be honest and
Oh shit! Hold on. Completely forgot. Well, you know, it's the end of the stream.
saying it since the beginning, and John Jones agreed to do the fight. So John Jones was offered the deal and accepted the deal. John agreed to fight Tom, yes.
Wait, did I get it right?
John Jones called us last night and retired. John Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion.
Polsquay. Hi, shots. Yeah. But you reach. That's how you can know say Shots is also Jamaican. Come right to the end and say, yo, walk on my people. It's me just reach me just there, you know. Alright, Polsquay.
Send me a message, like location, I'm gonna come. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. Ireland, New York, Brooklyn, or Moscow.
Yeah,
doesn't
tell.
matter. Tell me.
Party lockdown, police come in and tell everybody forgot him yard. We talk about party lockdown. DJ don't turn off his music, him stop select. The DJ start play Irie FM. They pass some Brainstorm. For those who know, Brainstorm.
Let's face it.
But I see you. I see you, Paul Square.
I've always tell you, I tell you, your only genius
What you
is in
guys
the
are seeing
ring.
is the beginning of a journey, alright? I'm about to rise the ranks. Remember this moment. Remember it here. Remember where you were when you saw the rise of the next king of the editors. When you see me in Hollywood, when you see me in the next YouTube Rewind, when you see me fade, when you see me rise to prominence and then become that person who goes, hey, remember that guy? Remember White Kobe D? Yeah, whatever happened to him? That's gonna be me. Watch me rise to power, then fade to obscurity. You get there. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna absolutely get there. Oh, I guess I'll stomach the heat for final goodbyes and farewells. Hold on. I feel like it's common decency at least. Let me say my goodbyes. Let me put on a shirt so Twitch doesn't ban me for showing my nipples. Sharing my nipple. Sharing my nipples. Wow. Damn. There she is. Just chatting. Alright, people. Hello, this is me. This is the face you're gonna see from time to time. I'm just exposing it now, so the disappointment can be managed. I don't wanna give you guys any expectations. I'm just a guy. Hold on, let me show you the best part. Oh wow, damn, that's crazy. Oops. Much like a librarian, an ugly librarian at the beginning of a movie, I am now 10 times more attractive because I let my hair down and took off my glasses. Now you must see me for the person I am. You know, Shad, one day I'm gonna ban you. You're lucky you're my friend. You're only here because of nepotism. You're just mean. You want me to paper back all of this? All of this goodness. All of this tropical island thunder. I'm what white women dream of, Shads. You know this. I'm what old white ladies come to Jamaica for. But thank you everybody who stopped by for the stream. It was an impromptu one. Whether you come early or you come late, Shads. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you activating in chat. Talking in chat, being active in chat. Thank you to Sweet Potato and Touched for the hot hearts. I'm still not sure what those are supposed to do. I think that's like cash money. So thanks for like the dollars. I appreciate. I'm one step closer to quitting my job. I had a lot of fun. We did our edits. Next time we're gonna do a proper study hall stream. We can start from the beginning of a tutorial straight through the end. Or maybe we'll do some gaming. Again, I really do whatever the heck I want over here. It's all my world and you're just living in it. But new followers. New followers. Woot woot. Where do I even go to see that? Where do I even go to see the new followers?
That's funny.
Classic. I'm checking on my phone. Jesus. New followers. So it was just Touched and Polkway. Yeah, I got it. I think I got it. But thank you guys for following on the Instagram side. Any new followers on the Twitch side? Let's find out. Channel Stream Manager. Okay, no new followers. But it was a good stream. Very active, much likes. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the gifts, thanks for following. I'm gonna go to sleep now and you all should do the same. Remember, sleep is very necessary. So don't fuck your body up. Stay hydrated, hydrate, all the good things, and don't talk to strangers. Later. Wow. Wow. Go home. Get out of here.